Good evening, everybody. What's on there? Excuse the Man United shirt tonight and a little bit of my overexcitement, but we are literally 1 hour away from Manchester United versus Atletico Bilbao in the second leg of the semi-final. We're 3-0 up. Come on. We can do this. The Europa League final is in our sights. But before that, I thought, let's do a new show. And tonight's show is all about dating and relationships. Two very sort of big topics. But throughout this episode, I look to cover sort of what makes relationships unique. We're going to cover some dating stories from my past. We might cover the difficulties of maintaining a relationship. But most importantly, I will offer you some dating advice and potentially a new revolutionary way of dating. Let's just get on with it. Finally, Arran Articulates has come back to YouTube.
Welcome to Arran Articulates, the rant and rave king. Talks about issues that affect you and everything. Rants, raves, and even some rambles. All of the stuff that make your life a shambles. This is Arran Articulates, the articulation king. Even has guests on the show to see what they bring. We come to live and uncut with a little rant. Cruel arms, you can rant. You are welcome here too. Like and subscribe to Arran Articulates and never miss a vid. Get everyone watching, including your kid. This is Arran Articulates. Welcome to the show. Now click that like button and let's just go.
Right, so you may be thinking, why is he doing a show about dating and online apps and relationships? The guy's married. Yeah, I am. So does that make me an expert in the field? Absolutely not. Of course it doesn't. I know nothing more than the next bloke or the next woman. Yeah? We, as a society, and this is why I find relationships really complicated, but also really interesting, because we all aren't in a relationship when you're born. Obviously not. Be a bit weird, wouldn't it? Like the babies leave hand in hand, like two babies born on the same day or something. They just walk out, and that's that. Actually, that sounds lovely. And then I wouldn't have had to have dealt with any of the rubbish that I've had to deal with bringing up a 4-year-old. But yeah, as great as that sounds, it doesn't work like that, does it? We're all single, and then we start dating, or we start, you get a girlfriend or a boyfriend at school, and yeah, that's a thing. Like, oh yeah, I'm with them. Well done. And then it gets more advanced, doesn't it? And it gets advanced because you're looking. It seems like everybody really actually craves the relationship. People want the relationship. I remember before I met my wife, and me and my wife met online first, and then we organised the date, right? So I'm a big believer in the online dating apps. Like, if you're using the online dating apps, crack on, because success does happen. Look, I got the bling to show it. But yeah, put myself off there. It does work, and it can work. There's obviously some terrible horror stories, and I'll share a couple. But I just find it amazing. Like before I met my wife, so my last relationship ended, and thank Christ, because it was shocking. And that ended, and then I hit a sweet spot. I hit a spot where I was like, I'm free. I don't have to answer to anyone. I can be me. And in that time, I really learned a lot about myself and what I wanted. And it's almost like relationships, no matter how many times you fail, or however many times things go wrong in a relationship, you're always learning. I'm still learning now. I'm pretty sure my wife is still learning. But you make it work. But it's when it's not working that you notice what's wrong, and then you want to change it. Now, what I find great about it is that everyone talks about a relationship. Everyone speaks about their relationship. Even if you don't know you are doing it. If you're in a relationship and you're at work or you're at the pub or you've gone to a meal or whatever and you're talking about your other half or, oh yeah, well, I'm seeing her on Saturday night. You're still talking about the relationship. You get people walking around moaning about their relationship. Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. But you compare relationships. But all relationships, everyone's relationships are different. Everyone's expectations of relationships are different. And I find it incredible that so many people, including me, are married and you've met someone that you're willing to spend the rest of your life with. Someone married me. I'm married. I know, sorry ladies, if you're watching. Sorry about that. But, you know, I just find that incredible that two people come together. And no matter how many times you get set back in that journey, you end up back looking for a relationship again. No matter how many times you cock it up, no matter how many times it goes wrong, no matter how many relationships you had. Some people, and this is even more impressive, I know some people that were boyfriend and girlfriend at school and they're married with kids now. They've not even experienced anyone else. They've gone, he's all right, stick with him. And he went, she's all right as well. I mean, great in a way, because you've saved yourself a lot of stress. Haven't really had a lot of fun though, have you? Like, because you've got nothing to compare it to. Maybe that's great. Maybe that's brilliant. You don't need to compare it to anything because you found your one love. I would have recommended maybe having a year off though and just go out there and see what you can get. But you know what? Fair play. And I find that incredible as well. So I've always found relationships interesting, and I find it interesting the way they develop, and I find it interesting the way they end. And I like hearing other people's stories about the relationships or the stages that they're in. I love, do you know what I really love? The stage of the relationship where you speak to someone and you go, how's it all going then with the dating and that? It's like, well, I'm sort of seeing someone. Well, I look around this pub, mate. I can see 50 people. We're seeing each other. We're sort of seeing each other. You're sort of seeing each other. Okay. All right. I see you. Yeah, I see you too. Yeah, seeing them. I've seen them. I'm seeing someone. Uh-huh. Remember the film Sixth Sense? He was seeing dead people by the end of it. So let's not get too... Like, do you know what I mean? It's not an achievement, seeing someone. But you go from like dating, I'm seeing someone. And then there's that weird bit from seeing someone to in a relationship. And that's always a tricky jump to make, isn't it? When do you clarify that? When does it go from I'm seeing you to, yeah, we are a thing now? And I don't know where you draw the line on that. Like, I don't know. That's a weird stage. And it was a stage that took me ages because my last one, the last relationship was so terrible. By the time me and my wife sort of started dating and we were seeing each other, I just clung on to that seeing each other bit because I just didn't want it to go wrong. Because I was like, the moment it goes into a serious relationship, that's when it's going to like buckle. At the moment, I'm just willy-nilly going through it. So I just kept it going as long as I physically could before she was like, look, is this actually going anywhere? And I was like, yeah, fine. If it must. If it really has to. But what's inspired me to put this video together really is I've been chatting to a friend of mine who's just come out of that relationship bit and he's in that sweet spot that I was talking about. And he's sort of saying like, I don't know whether I'm even going to bother again. And I agree with him. And to be honest, if I met a guy now and they said to me, I'm not bothering with dating, I'm just going to die single, I'd be like, do you know what, mate? Fair play to you. Fair play to you. I wouldn't look down upon that because I get it, right? But he's in this sweet spot of like, you know, he's just going to chill for a bit and enjoy it and crack on and hang on to that as long as you can. That would be my advice to anyone in that situation. Hang on to that. There's no rush. Doesn't matter whether you've had 2, 3, 10, 50,000 relationships before and they've all gone down shit creek. Doesn't matter. just cling on to that and just learn a bit more about yourself. Look at why they didn't work. What could be different next time? However, we got onto the idea of that first date. Now, before I met my wife, I did a couple of first dates where we've met online on the Tinder thing, which again, that's incredible. Like, we're now at a point where you can see a photo of someone, a little biography, and you go, yeah, she's right. And she's going, yeah, he's right. And then that goes, there you are. Chat then. Go on then. Speak then. Speak! And then you're there, and then you're playing all sorts of mind games then, aren't you? You go through that bit of like, she's seen that message or not? It does say she's seen it, but has she seen it? Because that's a long time to reply. Because I had said yes to her yesterday, and I've just got the notification that we matched, so she must be on her phone. So if we've matched, why are you not messaging then? I'll message her. Well, mind you, I've already messaged. Shall I message her again? That seems too much. You start really like tricking yourself. But I find that incredible. That's incredible anyway, that even works as a thing. But it does work. And like I said at the start, I'm married and we met online. And that was exactly how pretty much we met online. We didn't use the swipey one. It was just a dating thing, and I messaged her and she replied, and that was that. So it does work. But Christ alive, you've got to filter through some terrible... And I think everyone, whenever you speak to anybody about online dating or just relations, everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a story. Now, my two stories for tonight, fairly similar actually. There's one where we matched. I was like, yeah, do you want to meet up? Yeah, fine. Always pick a venue that isn't too busy, but also not too quiet. I like to have a little bit something going on, because you never know what could happen. Like, something might happen that can help a conversation. So going into a first date, I always think, right, some rules for myself here. No more than 3 seconds of silence. Because 3 seconds is a long time. Look, that's long, innit? That's long. If you're sat with someone, that's long. So I always think, right, can I keep the conversation going? I can dominate that. I'm all right at articulating. would you have thought? So turns up anyway at this first date, right? I get a beer. I'm sat there like that, and I thought, well, I'll sit here so I can see the door when they come in. Now, door opens, and I thought, this might be a door opens. She comes in, right? Little thing here, right? It was her. Did she look exactly like the picture? No. I'm not saying I was catfished. Like, I wasn't expecting Julie, but John showed up dressed as Julie. Like, it wasn't that bad. But you had pulled the wool over my eyes a little bit, hadn't you? Now, and you could argue, well, that's how awful. How can you say that? How can you judge that? How can you judge someone just by what they're looking at? Well, you need to be attracted to the person, I'll say that much. So if the photo don't look like the person, and I was attracted to the photo, but now I'm seeing the person in real life, I'm not attracted to him, well, then we got a bit of an issue there. However, she might be all right in a minute when we sit down and we have a drink. She might actually be okay. You have still lied to me, haven't you? But I might be able to see past it. You never know. She might be all right when we start talking. She wasn't. So now you're stuck now in a first date. How long do you wait before you think this is a waste of time? Like, when can I go? Be rude, wouldn't it, to just get up and go? Or say, look, do you know what? I'm going to cut this short. I've already decided this is rubbish. Like, this is stupid. There's no point. I can't see anything here. You can't say that to someone, can you? So I kept it rolling. And then the annoying thing is, like, I can't help it. I think I'm quite funny. Right? People laugh at me. I find it satisfying when I make someone laugh. She was laughing, so I thought, well, she finds me funny then. So if I'm entertaining you at least, fine. I could do that for a little bit of time, which is what I did. But all that did was, I think towards the end, when I eventually did sort of say, do you know what, I've got to go in a bit, love. I think she actually did kind of like me. And then I was in a situation of like, when do I text her and say, sorry about that? I was not really into it. But I'm so used to, like, when I was at, like, back in my much younger days, like, I'm talking like college, like college mainly, going to like parties and stuff like that. I had a massive issue of just constantly being someone's good friend. Like, oh, I like him, but he's just funny, isn't he? He's just funny. Yeah, I know I am funny, but I could like, you could go to something and you think she's quite nice. I'll start talking to her a little bit, and you get on really well that evening. Like, say it was like a big birthday thing or something. You've met someone through someone else. You've spotted someone, and you start chatting. I used to do that, and you get chatting, and you think it's going all right. She's laughing, like she's having a good time. Like, I could it always ended up with the same thing. Like, oh yeah, no, you were really nice. Like, I had a great evening, and you were so funny. But I just see you as a friend. Oh, for God's sake, what a waste of my time then. I'll just say, oh, he's just funny, isn't he? Well, yeah, I could make you laugh every day. I could make you laugh all day. The whole day. I could make you literally wet your pants, love, because I'm so bloody funny. Just give me a chance. One chance. One chance. Nothing. Nah, he's just funny and he's a friend. Oh, wow. You've all missed out, haven't you? The whole world's missed out because I'm married now and she finds me funny. Sometimes. I think I'm funny. I'm a bloody good catch, me. But anyway. To stop this issue with the first date problem, where you both end up that you're wasting each other's time, me and my mate were talking about coming up with some pre-date questions that you can ask to speed that process up. So, what I mean by that is you could either turn up at the date and say, "Hiya, I'm Arran. Before we sit down, here are 5 questions that I need you to go away and answer." You can do it elsewhere. Go and sit in that booth over there. Take your drink with you. Go and sit in that booth, fill this out, bring it back to me. I'll have a look. If I like the answers, we sit down and we carry on. If I don't like the answers, we end it now. And by all means, give me a questionnaire as well. So at least then you've sort of filtered out some of the issues. And what I started thinking was long term, because sometimes things happen in a relationship that become annoying, but you don't know they're annoying until like 3 years in. Well, it's too late then, isn't it? Cover it now. Yeah? You could email or send them the questions before the date. However, and if you think, when I'm doing this tonight, you think, actually, he's onto something here, let me know. I'll send it over. You can change some of the questions and that. I'll give you a template. You can use this. Right, okay, so, let's picture the situation. I've exchanged numbers with someone that I've met on an online dating app. I've clicked yes, they've clicked yes, we've matched, I've sent a few texts, we've swapped numbers, we've texted for a month, it's time to meet up, they receive this, or I turn up with this. Ready? Right, here we go then. I've been looking forward to doing this. Right. Congratulations, you've reached the dating stage of the process. I would like to thank you for your considered interest since exchanging details with me. I hope that this could be the start of something truly special for us both. As I'm sure you are aware, forming a strong, stable and healthy relationship takes time, commitment and dedication. In the interest of not wasting your time and mine, I encourage you to answer the questions below as honestly and openly as possible to ensure that the overall success of this adventure can be determined accurately. Although this is not a high stakes test, it would be appreciated if you could write your answers in standard English and use appropriate basic punctuation where it is required. This could be a capital letter for a name, just as an example. Illegible answers will result in failure and contact between us will therefore cease. Thank you for your understanding of this situation and I wish you the best of luck in reaching the next stage of dating Arran. Right? Okay. If they've bought into that and thought a good idea, great. Right, move on. Question 1. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how picky are you when it comes to deciding what food to eat? For example, if 10, you can't decide what you want, never make a decision, and end up frustrated with yourself that you can't decide, and ignore and deflect any suggestions made by me. 1 on the scale would mean you would eat bread every evening for the week and it not be a problem. Right? Just to eradicate any issues with meals, not being able to make a decision, I don't mind, all of that. How picky are you with food? I think that's important. Right, question 2A. Do you like football? If answering yes, please write the team you support, and I've put the box. Please write the team you support in the box below. And then here I've put an asterisk. Please note, writing Manchester City or Liverpool in this box result in an automatic disqualification from the process. I think that's quite clear, and for obvious reasons. 2B, if answered no, how frustrating would you find me watching football regularly? Let's say, for instance, 2 90-minute matches a week. And you could do a scale again there if you want. 1 being don't care at all. 10 being you're going to get really angry with the fact that I'm watching football. Okay, moving on. Good so far. Right. Question 3. When something out of the ordinary happens, e.g., for example, the washing machine suddenly stops working whilst it's washing the washing that's in it, how calm do you remain in this situation? So I've then given 2 options. Like, do you A, approach the problem logically and calmly whilst realising that it's not a massive problem and that you don't need my support to help fix it? Or, on the other end, lose your mind completely, run around screaming with your hands wailing around, and whilst also worrying about the clothes that are in the washing machine as if you have no more, and think that the world has now ended. You are also still concerned with the fact that you do not know what you want for dinner. This causes nothing but more emotion. So you can pick there, or you can pick the scale. Question 4A. During regular days, e.g. after work on a Wednesday, are you able to occupy yourself completely independently? Like, watch a TV series, read a book, and not require any of my support whilst you do this activity? Okay. So think about that one. So get on and watch something without needing me to be a part of it in any way. Like, I don't even need to talk to you. Like, are you able to do that? Is what I'm asking. Question 4B, and it leads on from 4A. Question 4B. How would you respond if I stated that I was going to go and play the PlayStation for the evening whilst you did the activity that you chose in 4A? Please consider that a response of, yeah, that's fine, followed by a sound, noise, facial expression, or tone of voice, which then makes me feel like I can't do or shouldn't do what I was about to do, which therefore reduces my enjoyment of doing it. So, to bring that into perspective a little bit, me saying, okay, if you're going to watch that, I'm just going to go and play the PlayStation for a couple of hours. If you say, yeah, that's fine, but you went, yeah, it's fine. Right, what's that? As you leave. What's that meant to mean? Did I do that when you said, I'm going to watch that tonight? Oh, okay. Did I do that? No, I didn't. Or, yeah, fine. What's that as well? It means I can't enjoy myself, can I? even if I did go and do it, because I feel like now I should be sat in there watching your series, but I don't want to watch. Anyway, I think I've made it quite explicit, which, like, what I'm looking for there. Question 5, and this is the last one of the test. It's not high stakes, mind. Question 5, do you drive? If yes, do you have your own car? If you have answered no to either of these questions, which transport service do you use to currently navigate yourself around? The only reason I ask this is this will stay exactly the same. I do not offer a free taxi service. Well done. This is the end of the test. Thank you for your participation, and I will be in touch soon to explain whether or not you have been successful in reaching the next stage of the process. Many thanks, Arran. Right. Run through them with someone. Next time, run through them, get them to fill it out, email it to them, turn up with it, whatever. I tell you what, that'll solve your problems as you move forward. Because if you can clarify some of those things that wind you up, 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, 5 years down the line, when that washing machine blows up, you know how they're going to respond. Get it clarified early days so you're not wasting years of your life. Right, this has been Arran Articulates on dating online and revolutionising the way in which we do first dates. We change it from here. This is what we do. Thank you very much for tuning in. Come on, Manchester United. Ruben Amorim's Red Army. Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. Glory. Finally, Arran Articulates has come back to YouTube.
Welcome to Arran Articulates, the rant and rave king. Talks about issues that affect you and everything. Rants, swings, and even some rambles. All of the stuff that make your life a shambles. This is Arran Articulates, the articulation king. Even has guests on the show to see what they bring. We come to live and uncut with a little rant. Cruel arms, you can rant. You are welcome here too. Like and subscribe to Arran Articulates and never miss a vid. Get everyone watching, including your kid. This is Arran Articulates. Welcome to the show. Now click that like button and let's just go.